Alright, today I am going to play this game, whether people like it or not. Let me just close the door first, and yeah, here goes. This is the first time playing the demo for this. I actually backed it for $40, so hopefully this won't be too crazy. That was a weird flip. Yeah, I was about to say, fun fact, I actually decided to name her this because, I mean, look at her. Look at her. Doesn't she look a little bit like this? Okay, I know that's weird, but, I mean, the difference is, Katarina Kleiss has blue eyes, I believe, but seeing that this is a farming simulation and she kind of looks like her, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry, dev team. I know you meant well. Prologue. So I closed my eyes to old ends and opened my heart to new beginnings. Okay, that was a cute poem, but at least it wasn't the dun-duns like in Limbo of the Lost. I swallow a lump forming in my throat as my boss slowly brings his gaze up to meet mine.
You're fired!
Oh, fuck! Alright! Son of a bitch! What? If this is the type of work you deem worthy enough to submit to us after such a lenient deadline, then I honestly don't have much else to say to you. But boss, wait, I can resubmit a new draft or make any changes necessary, but what exactly is wrong with the current proposal? I thought that...
Everything!
Oh, fuck! This boss is kind of a dick. I can't help but gulp as my boss narrows his eyes at me, slamming his hand on the desk. I watch as he coolly taps on my art proposal before clearing his throat. This is not the level nor quality of work we expected when we hired you as the lead artist of this project, Miss Katarina.
It's almost as if you deem this position to be a joke of sorts.
Son of a bitch! So, sir, I can assure you that this is most definitely not the case! The urgency in my voice pitches my volume higher, and I can't help but tense up in my chair. It isn't like that at all. I was beyond overjoyed and truly honored to be chosen for this project. I admit that perhaps my art quality's not been the highest as of late, but I can change that. Please allow me to resubmit a new... No, and this is not something to be discussed. Desperation rises in my chest as I feel panic settle in my stomach, and I unconsciously stand up and bow my head. Sir, please, I'm begging you. I cannot afford to lose this position right now. The reason I haven't been able to concentrate is because I'm in the process of getting evicted. This is some telenovela level shenanigans, I can tell you. My apartment complex suddenly announced their demolition plans, and I've been swamped attempting to find a new place and finish this proposal, but I swear to you, I can...
Tell me, why is it that your excuses are always more creative than your art pieces?
Jesus Christ! Even my graphic design advisor was more merciful than this. Jesus! I mean, granted, he did say that people aren't as kind in the graphic design field, but still, this is insane. My heart feels like it stopped in my chest as I stare at the pair of ice-cold eyes staring back at me. For a moment, I feel like a deer peering into bright, fast-approaching headlights, second from a tragic fate. I can only watch my boss open his mouth once again, grabbing my proposal in the process.
Perhaps you should have become a writer instead, if you're so good at coming up with stories.
Well, that's a little rude. However, we need an artist, not a writer. One that can deliver work, not excuses. I could feel my blood run cold as I watched my boss slowly grab at my art proposal. The very same proposal that I had stayed up working day and night on for the last several weeks. The very same one that just a few hours ago I was so proud of.
Your proposal was... garbage. For lack of a better word.
I hope you will come to realize that is an artist. He narrows his eyes before he opens the cover of my proposal one last time before looking back up at me and throwing it in the trash. You are easily a replaceable asset in such a competitive industry. Don't you just hate when people say that? If you're going to spend more time fabricating excuses rather than meeting clients' minimal expectations, then perhaps you should have considered a different career choice.
You're not an artist. You're an amateur.
Fuck you too! And this company's not looking for employee amateurs. We are looking to employ professionals. One that you have already been replaced with. Well, that's fucking insane. I can't help but rub my temples as what feels like the heaviest, longest sigh of my life escapes me. No, okay, so that's what stat is. And that's the settings again. Okay, cool. I can't help but rub my temples as what feels like the heaviest, longest sigh of my life escapes me. I watch as all sorts of people stream like ants throughout the city streets, each with their own destination in mind. Eventually, I can't do much else than up the stair into a lukewarm cup of coffee in front of me. Fired and getting called garbage right to your face, huh? Definitely not how I expected my weekend to start. My heart feels heavy as I look up from my drink to gaze out at the clear blue sky that seems to stretch on forever amidst towering skyscrapers. And to think how beautiful a day it is today almost feels like the world's mocking me somehow. My attention is diverted when I hear the sound of a child laughing. My eyes trail over to a young boy tucking his mother's arms with one hand and clutching a small sketchbook in another. As the pair sit down at a table near my own, he opens the sketchbook, flipping to a page of a specific drawing before simply jumping off the chair. The mother laughs as she watches her son strike the same pose as the crayon-colored character before her.
Oh, and this is Thunderman. I drew him during recess when everyone else was outside.
Why, he's so handsome! Look at the details! Ooh, I'm so proud of you, Munchkin. You're getting so good at drawing.
Hey, thanks, Mom. When I grow up, I want to become an artist and draw my own superheroes.
Oh, you're going to be a great artist, sweetie. I just knew it. You're already so talented and your work is so hard. What else could you need? I feel my grip on the coffee cups tighten as I watch the beaming child show his mom more and more sketches in his notebook. The sparkled joy of hope, joy, and happiness that beams in his eyes. It's one I remember well. I can't help but swallow the forming lump in my throat as I grab my drink and slam it into a nearby trash can. As I walk away from the tables, I shake my head sadly as the mother and son's laughter echoes in my ears and my heart. Don't be stupid, kid. As much as we all want it to be that way, the truth is hard work doesn't guarantee anything in the real world. The only thing you'll learn you is realizing how just stupid those dreams of yours once were. For your sake, I hope along a path of life you find something else that can make you smile like that. Damn, Katerina! You went fatalistic there! Because art just isn't worth it. Take it from me. Without uttering a word, I quickly walk away to escape watching a shadow of what I once used to be too. A shadow of a happy, dreaming kid who loved what she did more than anything. The shadow of a person who doesn't exist anymore. This is going off to a mean-spirited start, but it has to begin somewhere, right? The farming and all that. My feet carry me down familiar city streets as the evening sun begins to set and golden hues illuminate the sky. But before I had a moment to take the uplifting sight, an email notification from my phone commands my attention. Dear Miss Katerina, this is an urgent reminder. Please be aware that you have 3 days to vacate the premise at 302 New Street Lane. The administrative complex will begin Monday morning at sunrise. All tenants and belongings must be removed by then. Any and all belongings that still remain in the property by next Monday will be considered garbage and thrown away. Please act accordingly. Monday? What? That's impossible! I gawk at my phone as I stop to read the full email, earning 3 strange glances from other passerbys. My heart races as my chest I fairly dog my landlord's number. For a few moments, a voice picks up.
Hello, this is Frank speaking.
Frank, this is Katerina from apartment 302. I just got an email about the complex saying that demolition begins Monday morning. How is that possible when barely a week ago you told me you had another month to move?
Oh, yeah, about that, sorry for the confusion, but there's been a, slight change in the plans.
What are you talking about? Yeah, you see, the company that bought that complex wanted to start building a water park on it ASAP, and while the original agreement said a month...
The CEO called me yesterday and offered me $500,000 to start next week. Can you believe it?
What?
I know! out of there.
Frank, are you crazy? How am I supposed to find a place to live and move in 3 days? It's Friday!
Yeah, I understand and all that, but, money talks, baby!
South Bronx Paradise, baby! Fuck, this landlord reminds me of Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, except younger and also hybridized with Leisure Suit Larry, so I kind of like this landlord's voice. Like, if he were a dateable option, that would be hilarious. Sorry about the short notice, but I'll need you out pronto. But Frank!
Oh, got another call coming in. Ain't much more to discuss, sweetheart. Deal's a deal.
By Monday morning, I need you out of here. No ifs, ands, or buts. I scream out in frustration as the call drops and I can only gawk at my phone. By Monday? Where the hell am I supposed to go? I just got laid off, for God's sake. Taking notice of passing strangers and nearby security guards shooting me curious glances, I feel my cheeks flush red in embarrassment. I clear my throat as I continue walking forward. I need to calm down or I'm going to risk getting arrested at this point, too. But hell, at least I'll have a rent-free place to stay by Monday. Just then I attempt to calm myself by heaving deep. My stomach leads out a disturbing growl. I rub my belly as I glance at the time. And to top it all off, I haven't even been eating properly trying to meet that stupid deadline. What was it ever for the first place? Maybe I should have grabbed some fast food, go home, and try to plan out how exactly I'm going to survive the next 72 hours. And as I barely take a step forward, a speed car honks angrily, causing me to quickly tumble backwards and attempt to dodge it. An angry-looking man lowers down his throat as he flashes me the finger.
Hey, what the hell? Watch where you're going, lady!
I'm driving here! That's my line, you jerk! When'd you learn how to drive? I can't help but let out a shaky breath as I watch the driver flip me off again before angrily taking off. I look down to catch a sight of myself on the first floor, now with a few bleeding scratches adorning my hands and knees. I glance up to see people passing by left or right, but no one bothers to help me, not so much as even spare me a glance. As I look up the looming buildings on both sides of me, I can tell what suddenly feels colder. The concrete of the floor or the hearts of the people in the city. I let out what feels like the millionth sigh of the day as I wrap my arms around my frame from the chilly night air that begins to settle in. As my apartment complex finally comes into view, I can't help but stop in place. Home sweet home, huh? Well, not for much longer, anyways. As I reach for my keys, I catch sight of a wooden sign that seems oddly out of place, resting against a streetlight next to me. Semi-annual farmers market lasts to sunrise to sundown. Today only. I raise my eyebrows at the direction the sign points as I tilt my head towards the entrance of a nearby park. Farmers market? I didn't even know those happened in this kind of city. But maybe they'll have something cheap and good that I could grab for lunch tomorrow. Just about anything's better than that nasty burger I had for dinner. Ugh! Fuck burgers, am I right? With this newfound interest, I decided to make my way towards the park. As I walk into the park, the realization of what time it hit me as I watch people finish moving large tents and baskets into the trucks. Damn, I missed it! I didn't realize how late it had already gotten. That sign was probably put up way earlier today, huh? Yay, more expired ramen for lunch it is. What a menu. Deciding at the lean in with 90% grease, 10% burger I grabbed for dinner, I strolled down the venue and spot various folks still packing. The rustic and humble-looking stalls of fruit and vegetables being sold grabbed my attention, but what intrigued me more were the people packing them. I watch as these vendors, most of them are dressed in symbol-worn clothes and mismatched colors, laugh and joke amongst each other. Many are covered in sweat and dirt from a hard day's work, but the look on their faces is what really captures my attention. Why do they look so happy? Despite the visual weirdness of the day, almost every face I could spot is graced by an expression of utmost joy. As I chat among each other and continue packing, one would assume that perhaps they had the best sales day of their life. But the many carts of unsold fruit and vegetables in the back of the several trucks dictates otherwise. They seem so genuinely happy. I can't help but feel a little jealous. As I smile sadly and continue walking forward, I almost near the end of the long street. Suddenly, out of the corner of my eye, a big street decorated with vibrant flags catches my attention. Help wanted. Various positions open at Peachleaf Valley, leaving the city behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I find my eyes fixing the words written before me. For some reason, I can't let but read the sign over and over again, almost as if waiting for the words to sink into me. leave the city behind and have a fresh new start in the countryside. I can only blink blankly as I mumble the lines aloud, but the sudden sound of approaching footsteps distracts me. I turn to the face of a short old man with a funny-looking mustache. The man shooks me a kind smile as he places a small crate of flowers down next to him before motoring towards a sign.
Evening there, Missy. I'm afraid you're a bit late for the market.
Oh man, can he be dateable? He looks like such a kind old man. Aww.
Seems you might have missed all the good deals, but, well, are you interested in hearing more about the valley by chance?
He kind of looks like Zola from Fire Emblem Fates, but at the same time I like it. Because of that, really. I mean, if he didn't have the stash, it would be fine, but yeah. As the question throws me back to Dorelia, I find myself instinctively shaking my head as I step back. Oh, no, sorry, I was just taking a look. I'll be going now.
Is that so? Well, all right then.
Have yourself a good night, young lady. Oh, and here. Oh my god! The old man's already winning brownie points here. Cause damn, I can't help but blink twice if the old man holds up a pretty flower to my face, the same type as the ones filling the crates next to him. I'm sorry, I don't really have any money on me, and...
Now.
Gifts aren't meant to be paid for, you know. As his warm words and cheerful expression, I can't help but smile shyly as I take the...
Now.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to go back there. I can't help but smile shyly as I take the vibrant blooming flower from his hand. Thank you, it's very beautiful. Ain't it? Now go on, make sure you take an extra blanket to bed with you. It'll get awfully chilly these nights around here.
Wouldn't want you catching the sniffles for fun.
I nod my head as he shoots me away before turning around to continue loading more crates into the back of a small truck. As I turn around and continue my stroll forward, an appreciative smile forms on my lips. I bring the flowers to my nose. A sweet, gentle scent fills senses. I can't help but feel my smile grow. You know, that'll probably be the nicest conversation I had in weeks. I secretly glance back at the old man as he waves over at another vendor while beaming a giant smile. The sign that I was previously so fixated on seems to glow as a beam of moonlight reflects off it. I look down at the small flower in my hand as I twirl it. Just leave everything behind and start a brand new life in a little valley town, huh? Even just thinking about it seems so crazy. Almost like it's not even real. I just can't even imagine it. My pace eventually slows down as I stop completely. A few moments pass before I turn around and look back at the sign again. No, it's beyond crazy. It's more like impossible. Even more for someone like me who's never left the city before. I mean, come on, let's be real. I wouldn't even last a day without proper Wi-Fi. I'd probably go insane or something. My thoughts oppose my actions as I find myself standing once again at the front of the sign. So why? As I reach out a hand to touch the words in front of me, I can't help but feel tears begin to prickle in my eyes. And I trace the words, fresh new start, with my finger. I could feel my throat tighten. So why does something so ridiculous, so absolutely absurd, just sound like a dream to me right now? Why does a small act of kindness from a stranger have me feeling like this? All at once it feels as if it weighed it all off and has finally caught up to me. I feel a lump form in my throat as I desperately try to swallow the forming emotions inside me. Honestly, I'm tired. I'm really, really tired. It seems nothing ever goes the way I hope I will, and I don't really know what to do anymore. Somehow it feels like everything I do is hopeless. I let out a shaky breath as I hear a pair of slow footsteps approach me. I don't even attempt to hide the tears welling in my eyes. I slowly look to see the old man's face from before. He shoots me a warm, sympathetic smile as he points to the flowers in my hand.
You know, where I'm from, that flower there is usually given to people who leave on a journey.
Aww. It's a way to hope for prosperous new beginnings, wherever they might find themselves.
Some might lose their way, but...
The flower is meant to remind them that no matter where along the path of life that they might be, they can
always start again.
This partial voice acting is really throwing me off. But I'm excited for full voice acting. I think that might entice me to, go up a notch again. As I stare into the old man's eyes, I can't help but smile for only the second time today. His words resonate deeply within my heart. I gaze into the beautiful petals of the flowers in my hand, and for a second it almost feels like they themselves are cheering me on. I feel a gentle hand place itself on my shoulder as I look up once again.
What's your name, Missy?
It's Katerina.
A fine name at that. Now then, tell me, are you interested in hearing more about the valley? It's never too late to start a brand new adventure, ain't it?
I chuckle as I wipe a few more stray tears from my eyes and nod to my head resolutely. I am interested. Could you tell me more? It's incredible how the decisions that have power to change our lives completely seem to happen in the blink of an eye. And from those very decisions, the seeds of our future sprout and bloom into the very lives set out before us.
Well, here we are. Welcome to the valley.
Oh, his name's Earl! Ah, that was funny.
Is what I'd originally say, but
Unfortunately, our destination lies just beyond this here trail of tricks, as I call it. I climb out of the passenger seat of Earl's truck as I look into a dense, steep mountain trail. Trail of tricks?
yep, this one's a bugger.
For folks heading up into the valley. Gets real slippery due to the rain this time of year. However, for those crossing by foot, there's a short little forest path right here that'll get you to the other side in less time than you could say moo. Will we be going by foot for the rest of the way then?
Well,
I'd hate, as much as I enjoy nature, I hate to leave my truck here to it, especially filled with all my flowers and veggies still on board.
here's what we'll do.
You go on ahead through that path by foot, and I'll meet you out on the other side once I get this darn truck over this here trail. Sound alright? But are you sure you can get the truck up there by yourself, Earl? Earl lets out a roaring laugh as he places his hands on his small, thin waist before patting the back of his truck.
Oh, you bet.
Me and old Bessie have been together for a lot tougher than this, I'll tell you that. I am sorry, even though I live in the deep south, I have a shit southern accent. Real shit southern accent. By the way, I also noticed that this flickered. I hope this isn't a sign of the times. It'll just be a real bumpy ride here, and I'd hate for you to get all green and goobery on me. Besides, you'll get warmed up for walking. You'll be doing lots of that where we're going. I can't help but chuckle at Earl's positive demeanor shine through my worries. I nod my head and grab a small bag as I head towards the opening of the forest path he pointed out. Well then, I'll take your word for it. I'll head on through and see you in a bit.
It'll be a darn jiffy.
Make sure you stay on the path now, you hear? Can't be losing you in the forest on your move-in day. You see, I wouldn't know what to do with all you suitcases. They don't match my eyes one bit. Earl earns another laugh out of me as I wave each other before I walk through a small open path between several bushes. Pink suitcases, eh? So, Serafina, aka Katerina's favorite color is pink. I'll take note of that. As I walk in through the dense shrubbery, I can make out a visual path heading towards an opening not too far away. I clutch my bag closer as I begin my trek while patting my head around and taking in the sights. Wow, I don't think I've even seen much green before in my life. Even the air feels so different here. It feels so fresh. I walk forward a few more steps as I take in the emerald scenery around me. Trees, plants, and flowers, some the likes I've never seen before, all seem to quietly bloom in place. I can hear the sound of leaves rustling in the wind as an incredibly calming sensation seems to reverberate through the entire area. This place feels so soothing, almost like it's... My inner monologue is interrupted as I unexpectedly bump into something soft. I bring my gaze forward only to stare at the greenest pair of eyes I've ever seen. What? Surprised by the sudden proximity of a stranger peering into my face, I quickly step back only to miss it fall ungracefully on my butt. Hello, handsome! Okay, I gotta get back to this. As I mutter a small groan, I look up to see a stranger chuckling softly to himself. green hair, and what's with his clothes? The stranger extends a hand to me with a warm, silent smile. I eye it for a few moments before choosing to accept his help. With a strange amount of ease, the stranger helps me back up in my feet as I shyly gaze up at him. Despite his strange looks, he boasts a beautiful, almost ethereal visage. And somehow it's as if just standing near him makes me feel incredibly calm. I can't help but catch myself staring as I quickly clear my throat. I'm sorry for bumping into you. I probably should have been watching where I was going. The stranger tilts his head as he shoots me another warm, silent smile. My eyes instinctively widen as he suddenly reaches towards the side of my face before slowly putting out a four-leaf clover from thin air. A clover? Was it stuck in my hair or something? I tense up as I strangely gently grabs my hand and places it in the center of my palm without a word. I can't help but stare at the small clover for a few seconds before clearing my throat and looking back up. Thank you for the help. These usually represent good luck, don't they? The stranger nods at me while flashing me a silent smile, and this time I can't help but flash one of my own. So, are you from around here? What's your name?
Hey, kiddo! You over here yet?
I turn towards the opening of the path as the sound of Earl's voice booms through the quiet forest. Several leaves seem to rustle, a few woodland creatures scatter around, rushing back into the trees. Just as I turn around again to face the stranger, I found the spot he stood in just a second ago to be completely empty. What the? Where did he go?
Can you hear me? Don't tell me you actually got lost in there.
No, I'll be right there! My eyes start around the dead greenery around me, and I latched its attempt to spot any signs of the young stranger, but to no avail. He's gone as if he's vanished into thin air. In the place he stood just mere seconds ago, small flowers now seem to be blooming in the ground. I shake my head at this strange thought as I focus my attention back towards Earl's voice and head to the end of the trail. My breath hitches as I stare out the magical view that lies before me. Whoa! The rolling hills, all covered in blooming flowers, seem to stretch on forever as they meet the silhouette of a distant town. From the elevation, I marvel at both smelly, looming mountains. Did I say smelly? I meant to say snowy. Looming mountains and a sparkling ocean also meet near the town to create a breathtaking display of nature. I can't help but break out in a genuine laugh as a slight breeze picks up, and it seems as if all the flowers begin to dance in the wind around me.
This here's my favorite part of the whole trip.
Hey! I look out over to see Earl in his truck now parked beside me as he looks over to the view with a tender, loving smile.
Welcome to Peachleaf Valley.
Hey! That's the title of this entire game! Filled with doubt and fear, a young girl loses her path, but fate grants her another chance to turn over a new leaf. Right here in this faraway valley, where the sky, sea, and land meet, a brand new story is about to begin. Peachleaf Valley, Seeds of Love. The heroine. Hey, it's our boy! It's our boy! I mean, he's also our boy too, but yeah, sorry. Up all the cast and crew. Granny, what the hell? Why are you staring at me like that? Now live on Kickstarter. Okay. Okay, back to the actual game. I thought this was over. Holy moly. Earl opens the door to a quaint, fair-sized room as he beckons me inside.
Well, here we are. This this'll be your room for the time being.
Thank you for the green! Actually, I love this color. This is like my favorite color. Like the seafoam green. Actually, that and eggplant purple are my favorite colors, but yeah, I love this teal. Okay, back to the game. Sorry, I did not mean to gush over this room. Oh, Earl, are you sure about this? I feel like I'm imposing you way too much. I'm perfectly fine with staying at the inn. I'll find a way to get some money together to pay for the room, and...
Imposing, schmosin'.
You're a new resident of Peachleaf now, so you're basically part of the family. You find there isn't a whole lot of us down here, but we're a tight-knit community. We do our best to help one another.
And besides,
After you took the time to explain your situation to me, ain't no way I could turn a blind eye to someone in need. I was there too, or I was there once too, you know, and it'll be because someone believed in me and helped me get on my feet that I was able to get where I am today. Now it's my turn down the line to help. Okay, seriously, why isn't he a romanceable option yet? Does he have a wife? He has a wife, doesn't he? Oh, fuck. He has a wife. I can't help but smile shyly as I touch the neatly made bed before me. I feel like it's such a burden already. You didn't charge me anything for the trip, and now you're letting me live in your house without even paying rent? I at least want to pay back that kindness somehow. I hope you can understand.
and you will, kiddo. But you gotta get back on your feet first. I know this room ain't the fanciest place.
And I'm sure you want a home for yourself soon enough. But until we get you settled in your new life here, you can at least rest your head at night worry-free. A wave of emotion washes over me as I feel tears of overwhelming gratitude starting to fall from my eyes. I can't help but let out a shaky laugh as I timidly bow my head. Earl, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. I feel as I gently hand rustle my hair as Earl beams a warm smile.
You're home now, kiddo.
No need for waterworks.
You're part of the Peachleaf family now.
You'll find we don't have a lot of stuff you can find back in that big old city you came from. But I do got whole lot of this. I can't help but giggle at Earl point to his heart. Seeing me smile, the old man chuckles and motions to a nearby closet. In case you find yourself missing anything, you'll find some clothes and garments that used to belong to my youngest daughter in there. She's totally outgrown them now, but maybe they'll serve you better than they did her. This room belongs to your daughter, Earl? Sure did, but she's got her own life far beyond this little valley now, so feel free to make this room your own. Yeah, he has a wife. God damn it. I can't help but glance around the small room, even though it's not filled with a lot. I can tell everything has been taken care of really well. I turn towards Earl once more as my heart pangs in my chest. Thank you, Earl. I thank you so much. I really don't know how to express how appreciative I am to you. You know, a few days ago, I honestly thought I'd be out homeless on the street by Monday morning. I didn't ever think I'd be starting a brand new life in such a beautiful valley. Earl chuckles as he shoots me a toothy grin before placing his hands on his hips.
That's the beauty of life. You never know where it'll take you.
Yours took you here.
Now on that note, let's go meet everybody.
The whole town got into a ruckus when I phoned him that we had a new resident coming in. You'll have plenty of time to unpack later, so let's get a move on. Okay, I'm excited. Let's go. Maya started around the streets of a lovely, bustling town that looks like it came straight out of the pages of a fairy tale book. I watch as the shopkeepers sweep the entrances of their stores with the wooden brooms and greet each other warmly. Energetic smiles adorn the faces of small children as they run through the streets without a care in the world. And almost everyone wears a peaceful smile on their face. Earl stops to shoot me a grin as he himself scans the town around him with a proud expression. This is beautiful! What a charming place!
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. But, aha!
I know just where to start off our tour. How about you meet my wife and grandson first, since you'll be living with them under the same roof? God damn it, he has a wife! Aw, man. If there was a perfect OG-san dating sim route, it would have been Earl, I swear to God. But he's married. I'm so... Oh, man. I mean, it makes sense, but still. Perfect OG sound route. I would have married you, Earl, I swear to God.
My wife runs the best and only bakery in town.
So if you ever find yourself craving something sweet, you'll know just where to go. A soft bell rings out as I walk into a rustic little shop with a delicious smell wafting in the air. I can't help but feel my face light up as I take in the sight of a beautifully colored pastry scanning down the glass counter.
Hello? Anybody home?
Well, look who it is. Access in from your trip, old man?
Oh, it's Jude. As the sound of an unfamiliar voice, I shyly peek over Earl's shoulders to spot a young man as he walks in through a set of kitchen doors. Small rays of sunlight shining through the windows reflect off his amber-colored eyes as a kind smile dances off his face.
There you are, Jude.
I was wondering who was running this bakery. Y'all can't just leave the front empty like this.
Relax, Gramps. Jeez, you've been back for less than a minute and you're nagging already?
God, he sounds too snarky. Oh my god.
Grant's got something in the oven, and I was just finishing up an order in the back.
I mean, it is kind of cute, but still, I'm like, damn. Damn.
And besides, you know it always gets kind of empty at this hour. No need for nags.
Oh, hey! Grant's looking cute, too. God, these two are, like, so cute. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Why? Why? I can't compete with her! That ain't right. That ain't right.
Oh, I thought I heard your voice, dear. You arrived just in time. I have a delicious carrot cake with your name on it in the oven.
Oh my god!
Oh, Pumpkin.
You're embarrassing me in front of the kiddos. You're making me... Ah! God! 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 Ah! I guess I'll only do Jude's route just to interact with these two. Jesus Christ!
Huh?
Kiddos? Earl beams a giant smile as he steps out of the way to reveal me, standing behind him.
Nina, Jude, I'd like y'all to meet the newest resident of Peachleaf Valley. Come on, no need to be shy. Introduce yourself.
Right, hello, I'm Katerina. I just moved here from the city and I'm very excited to meet everyone. Thank you for having me.
What?
Katerina?
Well, aren't you an absolute delight? Let me get a good look at you, my dear.
Sorry, I'm getting a little congested. My nervousness begins to dissipate as Nina steps out from behind the counter and comes closer, beaming a friendly smile.
My name is Nina.
Oh wow, glitching time.
As you probably noticed, I'm Earl's wife and I run this bakery. It's an absolute pleasure to make your acquaintance, Katerina. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for your hospitality and for letting me stay at your home for the time being. Oh, now, aren't you just the sweetest thing? You're very welcome, my dear. I know such a big move could be awfully nerve-wracking, but you've got nothing to worry about here. You're already part of the family.
Nina takes my hands in hers and says this, and I can feel my heart swell with happiness as this level of kindness I've never experienced before.
Thank you so much. I'm afraid I don't know what else to say. Well, you can start by telling me this. Do you like sweets, dear?
Oh God! I'm so sorry! I didn't mean it! Huh. Can I play it again? Okay, I guess I can't.
I do! Butter pound cake is my favorite.
And my favorite's key lime pie.
Why, What a coincidence.
That's my little Jude's favorite dessert too, right, dear?
I glance over at Jude, still standing behind the counter, but raise an eyebrow when I see him gazing at me with an intense expression. He doesn't even seem to register Nina's questions. He simply stares at my face, almost as desperate trying to decipher something. Dude, calm down. Calm down. I'm not gonna take your grandpa away from you. I swear to God. No, he already has a wife. He already showed me his wife. Calm down. I'm not gonna take your grandpa.
Jude? Is everything alright, dear?
Did somebody say something?
Almost as if his grandmother's worried tone snaps him back to reality, Jude tears his gaze away from me before nervously looking back up. I can't help but gulp as his eyes dart frankly between my own.
Sorry, I have to go. I need some air. I'll be back later.
Oh, God. Is he a Dondere? Crap, now I definitely have to play his route when the demo's finished. I swear. Without barely a moment's notice, Jude quickly walks up from behind the counter, brushes past me, and briskly exits the small shop.
Jude!
I know! That's so surreal, right?
Jude, dear, where are you going?
Oh my God, I know, right? It's just the three of us now. There's nothing weird gonna happen, right? An awkward silence falls on the shop for a few minutes as Nina and Earl exchange confused glances. Yeah, I don't know why he was so frantic to leave the shop. What the heck was that about? I didn't say anything weird, did I? I didn't say that Earl and Nina are a cute couple and anything like that, right?
Oh,
Katerina, please pardon my Jude. He's not usually like this at all. I wonder what got him so flustered.
Ha! I know!
Maybe he couldn't handle just how pretty Katerina was. Okay, now you're making me mad that I can't hook up with you. Because she's right here, and she's also beautiful, and I can't compete with that. I can feel my cheeks heat up as Earl's jokes, as the image of Jude's intense gaze on me makes a shiver run down my spine.
oh, there's the carrot cake. Just in time.
Earl, Katerina, why don't you both grab a chair and I'll bring it out with some warm milk. Just a second.
Not without some help, you won't. I can't let my pumpkin do all the work around here.
Oh, Earl.
Oh my God, you two are so cute. You two are so cute. Oh my God. I can't help but giggle at the wholesome banter between Earl and his wife as they lovingly take each other's hands and go towards the back. Can I join? Okay, just kidding. I didn't say anything like that. It fills my heart with delightful warmth to see two people love each other so deeply in such an old age. Once the pair is out of sight, I can't help but look over my shoulder at the direction Jude abruptly left moments ago. It almost seems like he recognized me or something, but I can't be it. I mean, I've never been here before. That was just totally weird. Fucking surreal. I hope he's okay. Earl and I walk through the gates as a vast ranch of clear blue sky shines above us. I can hear the cries of chickens and other farm animals in the distance as a fairly large-sized barn comes into view at a near house. Sorry. I can't read. I'm sorry. I can't help but smile as I spot several chickens grazing, watching as they curiously look over at me. It's such a beautiful day out, isn't it? The animals in this farm must be happy with such good grazing weather.
Now for our next stop. Welcome to Elderberry Farm.
Oh, elderberries! That's my favorite type of syrup! It's a little strange, though. Heather and hubby are usually out here by this hour. Wait here a second, Katerina. I'm just gonna go check to see if they're home real quick. Be back in a jiffy. I nod my head as Earl motions me to wait in place. I turn around and walk a few paces over to a small chicken pen and giggle at the cute little chick curiously looking up at me. Pew pew! Pew pew! I can't do baby chick noises. Aw, aren't you a cutie? I wonder what your name is.
Bessie!
What the fuck? A loud yell in the distance captures my attention, snapping my head up towards the source of the sound. Suddenly, the ground feels as if it started shaking as the nearby chickens all frantically run in the opposite direction. What the tremors?
Bessie, get back here, goddammit!
What the? What? Are we meeting the cow? I saw a cow. I turn around and the sound of a loud cry when I catch the sight of a rampaging cow heading straight towards me at the lightning speed. The cow is quite large in size, and its eyes seem to be glowing red as the smoke comes out of its nose. Oh no! The cow is she's our arch rival and nemesis! Moo! What? A cow? How's it so fast? I can't move out of the way at this rate. I close my eyes and see as I brace myself for the impact before another voice shouts out.
Hey, watch out!
I feel a strong force propel me backwards. I fall to the ground. The enraged cow cries as she races past where I stood seconds ago, dust fluttering in her tail. After a few moments, I open my eyes and feel my face turn beet red as I see my hands press against a strong, well-defined chest hovering over me. I can feel my pulse go racing as the feel of muscular arms wrapped around my waist shocks me back to reality. What?
Sorry about that, miss. Are you okay? You're not hurt anywhere, are you?
I look up to stare into ocean blue eyes as a young man stares back worryingly at me. I'm fine.
Phew, I'm glad to hear it. Sorry for the tumble. Let's get you back on your feet, yeah?
The cold breeze flutters against my skin as the young man releases me from his strong grasp, pushing himself up. My heart stammers in my chest as I sit absentmindedly on the ground for a few seconds, trying to process the situation. Muscles, so many muscles. I would probably, I'm not a fan of a guy with too many muscles. My attention is diverted as a hand extends itself towards me. I look up to see the young man from before shooting me a friendly smile.
There are much better places to take a rest than on the ground, you know.
Screw you, Crom! Sensing his kindness, I shyly place my hand in his, and he lifts me up to my feet with ease. I find myself stammering as he proceeds to kneel down and brush some dirt off from my clothes. He flashes another friendly smile afterwards.
There we go. Good as new.
Now then.
Can I help you? Oh, there she is, my big old Dairy Queen.
Oh no, he's into big boobs! I can't compete with that! Okay, just kidding. The sound of Earl's excited yelling grabs both me and my stranger's attention as we turn around to see Earl being smothered in kisses from the previously raging cow.
Oh, you darn love bucket, you. Did you miss me, Bessie?
The young man next to me tilts his head back in laughter at the affectionate display.
Of course. I should have known it was you, Earl.
No one else gets riled up. No one else gets Bessie that riled up. That's because I'm her one and only true love. Ain't that right, Bessie? Oh no, it's the affair. I gotta save this relationship. Just kidding. I can't help but smile as Earl begins to walk over us with a now tame, calm, and slightly blushing cow.
How you been, Hunter, my boy?
Taking good care of my sweet and innocent little angel here, right? Of course, Earl, although I'm afraid she's not really as innocent as you think, you know. Oh, Bessie.
She nearly ran over this poor young lady.
As the hunter looks back at me with a sheepish smile, I can't help but feel my cheeks heat up against thinking back to our previously close encounter.
Bessie!
You can't be running over our new neighbor before I've had a chance to introduce y'all.
Now then,
Where's everyone else?
Mom and Hubie went to the city to visit some friends.
A few days ago, but they should be back soon.
Elderberry Farm's down to 1 today, I'm afraid.
Oh, gotcha. Well, then no matter. Katerina, this is Hunter. Hunter, this is Katerina. She's Peachleaf's newest resident.
and this is Big Bessie.
My one true love. Ain't nobody out here that can hold a candle to my sweet Bessie. Not even your wife? Sorry, man, I'm calling you out. Oh, is that so?
Is that so?
I'll be sure to tell Nina when I see her.
Don't you dare, farm boy.
Oh my god, yes! This roused the one where we call him out for loving Bessie. I can't help but chuckle as I wave over the large animal by Earl's side. Hi there, Bessie. Nice to formally meet you. And nice to meet you too, Hunter. Thank you for the help back there.
My pleasure. Sorry about Bessie. As you can probably tell, she gets real excited when Earl's around.
I mean, I don't blame you, Bessie, but remember, he's a married man. I got a bit disappointed myself. She probably caught a whiff of him when you guys got here.
Well, that's because she loves me. Ain't that right, Bessie?
I can't help but giggle at Earl and Bessie's enduring exchange. A few moments passed before I catch sight of Hunter's eyes on me. He wiped a hand on his face before extending it out to me with a smile.
Welcome to the valley.
I hope your new life here will pan out exactly as you hoped it would. And if you ever find yourself in need of it, feel free to reach out. Oh, thank you, Hunter. I really appreciate it. Truly.
No worries. We're all a giant, crazy family down here. Albeit, maybe a bit dysfunctional, too. Oh, by the way,
I also work part-time at the restaurant and do odd jobs around town, so you might see me running around often.
don't be afraid to ask for directions if you ever get lost, okay?
This place would be a bit of a maze for newcomers at first. Right, thanks. I definitely will.
Sounds good. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Back in the barn, Bess! Big troublemaker, you!
Oh, God. Sound of laughter fills the air as Bessie hides behind Earl from Hunter. I see a sense of warmth fill in my heart as I get to unravel more and more of the valley. Should I do odd jobs here too? As we approach the entrance of a quaint flower shop, Earl shoots me a smile when he opens the door for me. Now, I'm sure you probably did meet someone you could relate with, so I want to take you all to Miss Amelia. She's a real kind girl, runs a shop with her nutty old grandma, seems to be about your age too, so I'm sure you'll all be great friends. As we walk to a beautiful flower shop, a sweet scent fills my senses. I can't help but breathe in. I look around to see gorgeous flowers, some like I've never seen before, and all blue through even the tiniest cracks in the wood.
Eh? Skylar? Is that you?
Ah, hell yeah! We're meeting him! Hearing the confusion in Earl's voice, I turn to stare at the profile of a tall, foreign-looking man. Foreign? Oh, he looks so sad! What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh my goodness! Aw! Head pat. The man doesn't seem to have noticed Earl as he paces back and forth, seemingly deep in thought.
Fair.
Oh my god. He French? Oh my gosh. Nothing has made me want to play his route more than anything else in the world. Oh my god. J'ai besoin de miracle. Oh my god. The tall man continues to mutter himself before Earl approaches him, waving his hand.
Skylar?
Hello? Ya listening? The foreman's attention snaps up at the sound of his name. He looks over before shooing Earl a friendly smile.
Ah, Monsieur you've returned from your trip. Welcome back. Oh.
That's right. That's right. I'm here. I'm here. Before I can finish the sentence, the foreman's eyes land on me. Our eyes meet for a few silent moments before I muster a shy smile. Before I have the opportunity to even get a word out, I watch in surprise as the tall, slender man dashes forward towards me. This is a man who knows what he wants. Magusta. I blink in surprise as I watch him grab one of my hands and places a kiss to the back.
And just who is this breathtaking mademoiselle?
Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah! He said the line. Before I could even answer, the tall man gets down on one knee. His eyes seem completely fixed on me as a radiant smile graces his lips.
Mademoiselle, I may not know your name, but I know that your beauty is the envy of every flower in this shop.
Yeah, dude. Not really. The flowers are prettier than me, I swear to God.
You outshine even the most beautiful rose on the eve of its full bloom.
Boy!
Why, even the most fragrant of blossoms holds no comparison to your...
All right, let's take it down a notch here, Romeo.
Let the poor girl at least introduce herself, eh? God! The man named Skylar's eyes widen dramatically as he rises to his feet before bowing deeply.
Forgive my terrible manners.
Bien sûr! Monsieur Earl is right. Forgive my terrible manners. How could I ask of your name when I have not graced you with my own?
I am Skylar Dutoit Eclair Jean-Jacques Pelletoir the Ninth, a proud resident of this magnificent valley. And you are?
I'm Katerina. I just moved into the valley today. It's nice to meet you, Skylar.
No, but the pleasure is most definitely mine, Lady Katerina. You're a spectacle to behold.
We are the fair.
Like a marbled statue that comes to life, how truly blessed is Peachleaf to welcome you. Thank you, I think. Earl lets out a chuckle as Skylar's theatrics. After a few moments, he looks around the shop before turning around with a puzzled expression. Skylar, where's Amelia and Fiona? Why are you the only one here?
Ah, that's because Madame Fiona's stomach was causing her to feel unwell yet again.
Lady Amelia asked me to watch over the shop.
As they quickly left to fetch some herbs for the gardens to brew her tea.
And as a noble gentleman that I am, there is no way I could possibly decline such a heartfelt request at the beckoning of a lady.
Although, I
must
must admit,
It's been quite some time since they left. Perhaps I should go check on them.
but alas,
No one would be able to guard the shop and keep the beautiful flowers company better than moi. Fiona's stomach is acting up again, is it? Alright, I better get check on him a sec. Gardens ain't too far from here. Katerina, wait here just a minute, alright? I'll be right back. I open my mouth to call out to Earl, but he's already briskly walked out through the front door. I feel an intense gaze on me as I swallow and turn to look at Skylar, whose eyes seem to sparkle as would a puppy's looking at a treat. Sorry. That was a mistake on my part.
So, what brings you to this fair valley, my lady? Surely a beauty such as yourself must have left a lot behind to come here so suddenly.
I smile sadly as I look down before tucking a loose strand of hair behind my ear. Less than you'd think. I came here looking for work and, well, a new life if I'm honest.
Oh, I see. Forgive my pride, my lady.
I do not mean to paint sadness such as a stunning canvas as your own.
After all, a smile suits you much, much better.
Dude! Skylar walks over before grabbing a nearby flower and holding it to my face. He shoots me a warm smile as he gently hands it to me. I can't help but chuckle as I grab the flower. Thank you, Skylar. What about yourself?
Ha
I am thrilled that I have piqued your interest enough to ask. I am but a humble art collector that lives in the northern part of town on an estate that belongs to my family. An art collector? Time to get him to persuade him to commission me. Few things in this world excites the blood in my veins like beautifully crafted artistic masterpieces. Of which, on that note, Skylar Toad seemed to shift. He suddenly places a hand on his chin and looks at me. I fidget nervously under his intense gaze as he begins to circle around me, eyeing me up and down as if scrutinizing something. After a few moments, he shoots me a pleased smile before reaching into his suit pocket and handing me a business card. Heat rushes into my cheeks as his face suddenly draws near his eyes and he peers intensely into my own.
You said you were looking for employment, yes?
I'm sure there are many opportunities for you to take this fair town, but...
As the muses would have it, I too am looking for a employee of sorts.
My boy is knowing where he's at! His eyes seem to land on my lips for a few moments as he smiles as he looks back up. And I assure you, I can pay most handsomely in currencies that far outweigh most of the other residents of this town.
What say you, my lady? Does my offer interest you?
Fuck yeah, it does. My mind goes blank as my heart accelerates as I feel him lean even closer. When suddenly his phone rings. Jackass has a smartphone too.
Excusez-moi, 1 second. Bonjour, this is Skylar.
Oh, hello, Mr. Marcello. I have been expecting your call. As Skylar turns around and nonchalantly answers his phone, I stumble backwards into the counter as my heart just nearly beats out of my chest, remembering his looming proximity just seconds ago. What's with this man? He's something else. Yeah, he is something else. Up. Hi. This is a precious smile that we must protect at all costs. The sound of the front door ringing catches my attention as Earl walks in with a smile, accompanied by a young woman and an older one with a cane.
We're back.
Skylar shortly answers the call, but turning around with a gallant smile.
Ah, you have returned! Magnifique!
Just at the right time, as I'm afraid I must be going immediately.
Of course. Sorry we took so long.
Thanks for the help, Skylar.
No.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for trusting me to guard your dazzling blossoms.
Well, everyone, duty calls, and so I must depart. Au revoir! Until we next meet again!
I hate to see him leave, but I love watching him go. Everyone in the shop merely stares at Skylar as he prances out the front door in joyful strides. I clear my throat before looking at the card in my hand with his name and address, and then looking back at his ass. He's quite an interesting person. My attention is focused on the new faces that have entered the shop as they turn towards me.
Oh, hello there.
You must be
the new resident, right? It's so nice to finally meet you.
See, this partial voice acting thing throws me off because I don't know which is going to be a voice acted scene or whatnot. Oh well, it's actually kind of funny.
Welcome to Peachleaf Valley. My name is Amelia. I run this flower shop with my grandmother, Fiona.
That would be me. Welcome to the valley, child.
I hope you don't already want to go running for the hills after being sandwiched between Earl and Skylar in a single day. Hey, that's the kind of thing I like. Why are you judging, lady?
And just what's that supposed to mean?
I'm pretty friendly.
As friendly as a badger stuck in a beehive.
Heaven knows how much you've yapped a poor girl's ear off already. Hey, I like his conversations. He's okay. You shut up, lady. If anything, you're the one that I kinda don't like. I don't trust like that.
Why, you...
As Earl and Fiona engage in a glaring match with each other, Amelia scoots over next to me before giggling. Don't mind them. They're always like this. They've been rivals ever since they started out as farmers. Oh, I see. It makes sense then. They must have a lot of history.
You've been touring town all day with Earl, right?
You must have run into a lot of new faces by now, huh? Yeah, everyone's been awkwardly kind. Town's just lovely. And sorry I burped there. Isn't it? Sometimes I feel like we're a little out of the way from the rest of the world, but the sights of the valley really make up for it. Suddenly, the image of the green-haired stranger bumped into the forest trail resurfaced in my mind. I tilt my head curiously as I motioned towards Amelia. Actually, does a green-haired young man live here? Huh? Green hair? Yeah, it seems I sort of ran into the forest path on the way to town. He had long green hair and was wearing some strange robes. I thought maybe he worked into town or something, but I haven't seen him again.
Sorry.
I've been living in my town this whole life, but I've never run into anyone that fits that description here.
Ran into one of the spirits, did you?
Fiona, what the fuck? Fiona's voice captures my attention as she walks towards me with her cane. Spirits?
Our valley is home to much more than what you merely see on the surface.
Oh god, is she actually the protagonist of one of the Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons games, but aged up?
Inside of its forests, peaks, and waters lie many hidden secrets. It is said spirits of the earth, sky, and sea make their home here as well. You would do well to respect their domains.
For should you anger them, terrible calamities will befall this entire world, and even the fabric of nature can be...
Oh, there you go again with the ghost stories, Fiona. Haven't I told you 1,000 times it ain't good for tourism?
Oh! Oh, fuck, I knew it! She is like the protagonist of a Harvest Moon game. I'm thinking Animal Parade or the one with the tree.
And how many times have I told you they are not ghosts?
Oh my god!
Arr.
Just because the spirits have never chosen to grace a fool like you with the benevolence doesn't mean that they do not dwell among us.
Who you calling a fool, you old hag?
What the fuck?
Who else, you uncultured toolhead?
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy. Here we go again. Would you like some tea? We might be here a while.
Oh, I'd love some. Allow me to lend a hand. As we exit the flower shop, I can't help but look out towards the expansive blue sky above us. Somehow it doesn't even feel like the same sky as I used to see in the city. The sound of Earl muttering himself catches my attention as I see him looking around 7 buildings while fiddling his mustache. Let's see here. Where should we stop by next? As I'm about to respond, I heard by distant cheers of a small crowd. I look around to see various townspeople running towards a street corner nearby with wide grins on their faces. Come on, hurry, I'll miss the show. The show? Oh, he's performing today, is he? Performing? Who is? Why, I'll tell you when I can show you. Come on, Katerina, we'll miss it. Am I about to be graced with another good boy? Earl briskly turns to the street corner, my eyes widen. A fair-sized crowd has gathered right in the middle of a small plaza, laughing and clapping in awe as someone in the middle of the space. What's going on over there? From here, it's hard to see anything with so many people gathered around.
Hey, over here.
I look over to see Earl pulled by some nearby stairs that lead up to a balcony. He climbs a few and then motions me over before glancing at the crowd. A smile plasters on his face as he crosses his arms.
Take a look. You wouldn't want to miss this.
As I turn to see where the crowd gathers, I can't help but stare in awe as the slender, dark-skinned young man in colorful, exotic garb dances elegantly. Hey! The young man shoots the crowd with a smile as he continues his performance. Many of the crowd's faces, which are mostly women, all cheer as he moves back and forth through the space. Suddenly he pulls out red banners of decorated velvet, seemingly out of nowhere, as he throws them in the air to catch and backflips before catching them. Whoa, what a beautiful person! I don't think I've seen someone move so elegantly. The crowd cheers as he shows off more and more impressive dance moves, mixed with incredible acrobatics and magician-like tricks. I find myself slowly peering over the rails in excitement as I gaze down. At one point, the performer motions to the crowd before he steps back before slowly arching his body and breathing out rose-colored fire from his mouth. Hey, spicy! Wow, I've never seen anything like this before. Ha! Ain't that right? He sure is something else.
Something else, ain't it?
Oh, shit. That happened again! Knows how to please a crowd, that's for darn certain. The crowd goes wild as the young performer dances and does more and more tricks, mixing different elements to create a riveting performance. After a while, the performer bows now and covered a light layer of perspiration as the crowd roars and claps. As he looks up, sweat dripping from his hair, the townspeople begin to throw coins and flowers at his feet in appreciation for his colorful and avant-garde performance.
Shukran jasir.
Thank you, thank you.
Yay! I can't help but laugh in delight as Earl claps from our spot on the stairs too. Earl begins to whistle as I clap loudly next to him as I watch the performer accept more and more coins humbly. Eventually pans up to where Earl and I stand and his gaze meets mine. Wow, he really is gorgeous. I feel my heart skip a beat as the performer shoots me a small, mysterious smile before turning around and collect all the coins and flowers. Earl and I eventually make our way down the stairs as the crowd begins to disperse. Suddenly, Earl turns towards me and responds. He motions towards a different direction.
Oh, I know. Let's stop by the inn next.
Old Duke will yard my ear off if I didn't properly introduce y'all. As Earl begins to walk towards down an opposite direction from the plaza, I follow him. But I can't help but find myself staring back in the direction of the performer, who is now surrounded by several young women from the town eagerly showering him in compliments. The performer's eyes briefly meet mine again, and I can feel myself blush as I quickly face forward and run to catch up with Earl. Oh God, is he like a cat? Like he pushes all the girls away just to meet me because I'm like, yeah, I gotta give him some space. As I walk in through the doors of a rustic, large wooden inn, a middle-aged man wiping down a counter turns to face us with a smile.
Well, I was wondering when you'd show up, Mr. Mayor.
Hey, it's Cinder's husband! Just kidding. Mayor?
Ah, come on now, Duke.
How many times have I told you to stop calling me that, so you should prefer it if I start calling you Doctor?
Well met.
Although in my case it's different, I'm retired. I turn my head to look at Earl curiously as the previous comment catches my attention. Earl, wait, you're Peachleaf's mayor?
Well...
Something like that, I guess. These crazy old folks voted me on a few decades ago, and I don't know what's worse. An old kook like me governing this little valley, or the nutcases who voted for it in the first place? I would say you, because, I mean, you are a good face for Peachleaf Valley. The man behind the counter lets out a hearty laugh as he shakes his head. Then I suppose it'd be one of those honorary nutcases. Haha. But the man suddenly turns to me with a smile as he extends his hand out for a shake.
Name's Duke. Welcome to Peachleaf.
I like the naming conventions of you two. Just kidding, no I don't. Well, I like Earls and I like Dukes. I mean, come on, those awfully sound like very southern names. And yet I don't see that many people in Louisiana calling their kids Earl and Duke.
I run this inn with the help of a few employees. Earl's gone ahead and given me the rundown already.
Thank you, sir. My name's Katarina. It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I hope Peachleaf turns out to be changed for the good for you, Katarina.
The city life isn't for everyone, after all. I know that best.
Oh, you're from the city too, Duke?
He sure is. Although, that was ages ago now, right, Duke? You know, back when the dinosaurs roamed and stuff.
Oh, Earl! I didn't think you were gonna make that joke, but damn.
Alright, you old codger. I'm not that old yet.
You've
Got
got...
me beat by at least a good 30 years.
As Earl and Duke laugh amongst themselves, I can't help but chuckle at their light-hearted banter. Have you two known each other for a long time?
Too long.
Way too long.
I've known this overgrown lughead for about 25 years now. Saw him go from a princely teenager to an overprotective father to a wrinkly old grouch.
Now,
Princely teen? Hey! Hey, now then, where's little Melody? I'd like to introduce her to Katarina. Up in her room during a tantrum calling me a tyrant because I made her do her biology homework. Is this gonna turn into Dream Daddy? Because I can't. Earl shooks his head back in laughter and then gives Duke a knowing look. Teenagers, eh?
God, I'm just grateful I didn't have twins.
Raising one teenage girl is enough distress to last a man a lifetime. You're telling me I raised 3! Suddenly, their conversation is interrupted at the sound of the front door opening. My eyes widen as the young performer suddenly walks into the room carrying a giant load of neatly wrapped flowers.
Ah, there you are, Naadim. I was hoping to run into you.
What a show that was! The young man named Naadim shoots Earl a kind smile as he walks over to us. I can feel myself instinctively freeze up as he stands next to me and lightly bows his head at Earl.
I thank you for taking the time to watch my performance, Earl. I hope it brought a smile to your face.
If only I was 40 years younger, I'd be out there busting a move with you. Like a achoo!
Oh my god! No! 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 We were rooting for you! We were all rooting for you! Don't hurt yourself now! Ah! We all instinctively approach Earl as he places a hand on his back, but quickly gives us a sheepish grin. Duke sighs before shaking his head as Naadim tries to stifle a genuine laugh. Thank you, Earl. I appreciate your words. They bring me joy. Not as much joy as you bring to everyone in town with your performances, so thank you, Naadim.
The honor and pleasure is all sincerely mine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should be going.
I must quickly find a vase and water for these beautiful flowers, lest they wilt before their time. Just before Naadim has a chance to escape, Earl quickly motions to me. Oh, before you go, Naadim, this is Katarina. She'll be living in our valley starting today. I'm taking her around to introduce her to our little town. Oh, I see. Please pardon my rudeness. I thought of you as merely a passing traveler, not as a new neighbor. As I was about to open my mouth, Naadim shoots me a smile and bows his head at me.
My name is Naadim. I am not originally from Peachleaf, but nonetheless, it is where my travels have taken me.
I hope this valley will become a place you will cherish your own travels as it has for me. Thank you. My name is Katarina. It's nice to meet you, Naadim. I saw your performance earlier with Earl. It was wonderful. You're so beautiful. Naadim seems to blink unexpectedly at my blunt compliment. I find myself going cherry-faced at my unexpected confession. I mean, the performance was beautiful. That's not to say you aren't beautiful too. Nadim's lips curve into an amused grin as he lets out another laugh. He smiles at me as he bows his head again.
I am appreciative of your words. You are far too kind.
I hope you'll come watch me perform again sometime.
Well then, I shall get going. I wish you all a wonderful evening.
I can't help but feel my face heat up as Naadim walks up the stairs of the inn. I bite my lip as I watch him leave before turning my face to the ground. You idiot, you aren't called so beautiful. Ah! You're so embarrassing. I'm so embarrassing. We're all embarrassing here.
But Bessie say he's right.
Look how late it's already gotten. As Earl points outside a window, I can see the golden hues of sunset begin to creep onto the sky. A nearby clock chimes, signaling the start of a new hour as Duke straightens up before wiping his hands.
And there's the clock.
I hate to leave you folks, but I need to get ready to open the bar. And I need to take Katarina home in time for dinner, or, half my head. Well, the Duke, I'll come back another time to see Melody. It was nice meeting you, Duke. Thank you again.
Pleasure's all mine. And once again, welcome to the valley.
As I finally finish unpacking the last of my belongings, I can't help but stare out my new organized room. Phew, finally done unpacking. As I sit on the bed and touch the soft blanket under me, I can't help but smile, recalling the day's events and the many faces I've met. There were definitely a few interesting personalities today, but wow, everyone here is really so warm and kind. It's incredible to think just how differently my life and surroundings were barely 3 nights ago. As I gaze out towards the shining moon outside, I can't help but feel my smile begin to fade. Even with an overall pleasant day, the nervousness of being in a brand new environment so far away from the place I've called home my entire life is still very much around. Despite my best efforts to keep my mind busy, I surely came to realize that every moment I'm alone, I'm flooded with doubts and questions I don't know how to answer. Did I make the right choice? Was coming here the best decision? Do I truly even belong here?
Suddenly, a small knock to my door interrupts my thoughts, and I hear Earl's muffled voice calling out to the other side. Katerina, could I come in? Yes, go ahead. A few moments later, Earl peeks his head before shooting me a friendly smile. He walks aside and closes the door behind him. Turning around, his gaze lands on my now empty suitcases.
All settled in?
I was going to come by and ask if you need help with anything. Yep, I'm all unpacked. Thank you again, Earl, for everything. Earl peers into my face for a few seconds. I try to flash him my best smile, attempting to hide my previous anxiousness. After a few moments, he chuckles before taking a seat next to me on the bed. Still got the jitters, huh, kiddo? No, I'm fine. Really. Everyone's been absolutely wonderful. You've all done so much for me. I don't even have any right to complain. I'm just a little tired, and I...
You don't know if you belong here.
Shit, Earl hits hard. I raise my head in surprise that Earl immediately smiles warmly back at me. I can feel my throat tighten as I tear my gaze to the floor. How did you know? Earl chuckles at the remark.
You see all these wrinkles and white hairs on this balding head? They ain't there just for fun, you know. From living and learning and growing.
Earl takes a deep breath as he looks around the room nostalgically before his eyes land on the moon. The face you have on right now, it's the same face each of my daughters had when they told me they wanted to move away from the valley. The same face they had when they told me, Papa, I'm scared, and they didn't know if leaving all they ever knew behind in this little valley was going to be good for them.
You want to know what I told them?
I told them.
He's right here.
I can't help but smile as Earl lightly taps on his heart. His eyes grow warm as the sight of my smile as he places a reassuring hand on my shoulder.
It doesn't matter where you end up in life, kiddo.
You could be in a giant city or a tiny village in the middle of nowhere, but as long as you wake up each day and look forward to the world around you.
Then you found your home. Peachleaf may not be your last stop, but maybe it can help you find out what it really means to belong somewhere.
I feel tears prickle in my eyes again as I nod happily. I can't help but laugh, quickly wiping away the tears as a hand ruffles my hair. Thank you, Earl.
Be patient with yourself. My ma always used to say that we're all like little saplings, growing and sprouting at our own paces and in our own directions. But don't hold yourself back from blooming just because you're not sure where your petals might fall.
I smile as I turn to look at the flower Earl gave me a few days ago, now adorning a small vase in the corner of my room, blooming beautifully in place. You're right, I may not know what the future holds, and there's a lot of questions I've had to answer about who I am, who I want to be, and what my place is in the world. But there's no... Wow. It happened again. Okay. But there's no way I could start off on the right foot without at least trying to put my best foot forward, right?
Now that's what I like to hear. And you have all of us here at the Valley to support you.
Which also leads me to my next question for you. Who do you like? Okay, I know this Earl turned around and digging his pockets to pull out a few help on flyers laying on the land. Now you moved in, you gotta decide where you like to start work, and luckily you came at the right time, so you got options. I could really put in a good word for you, so go ahead and choose where you'd like the official new life at Peachleaf to begin. Where should I start working? Ooh. Skylar time.
Oh, picking me, are you? A marvelous choice you won't soon regret.
Oh my god! Where did you come from, my dude? Thank you for playing our demo for Peachleaf Valley Seeds of Love. Please help us make this game a reality by supporting us on Kickstarter and sharing it with your friends and family. There's a lot more fun to be had and many more adventures waiting just around the corner. Follow us on social media for our latest updates, giveaways, goodies, and more Peachleaf fun. See you in the valley! Seriously, where did you come from? You crazy bastard! I love you! Oh. The wind howls atop a cold mountain peak. From the desolate place that only seems to shelter the clouds and the remnants of an era long lost to time, a lone figure watches over all below him. His scarlet colored hair stark against the colored sky as another breeze seems to pass by him, almost as if whispering into his ear. Another pair of footsteps suddenly echo from out behind him, followed by a commanding voice.
Have you sensed it? A shift in the earth has occurred.
The long, lone figure sets out a low chuckle as he brings his hand forward as it grabs something in front of him from thin air before turning around.
How foolish of you to even ask. Why, it's almost as if you forget who I am. For the winds, they whisper everything to me.
In his hand now dances a small clover as its tiny leaves twist and bend in the wind. The figure lets out another chuckle as he brings his eyes to face the dark-haired man in front of him.
Although, the shift is not the only piece of news they have brought with them. Why, it seems we have a new arrival in the valley. See for yourself.
With a lift of his finger, the wind dances at his command. In an instant, a sculpture made of clouds now resembling a young woman's face floats between them. The young man scowls as he eyes the clouded sculpture with disdain.
It's just another human. What importance could she possibly bear to our conversation?
A low laugh emerges from the figure as with another lift of his fingers, the cloud sculpture floats back to where he is. When the circular figure glides his fingers over the sculpture's cheeks.
You've always been so awfully impatient, haven't you, dearest brother? Because I ponder to think that the shift and her arrival, well, perhaps the two may not yet be so unrelated.
Impossible. A mere human can play no part in the affairs of spirits.
Perhaps not. And yet, take a closer look.
As the figure moves his fingers in the air, the sculpture floats in the opposite direction. The architect man airs his eyes, but suddenly he catches the sight of a faint, gleaming green light emanating off the young woman's forehead.
Eden, that bastard. When did he...
Interesting, isn't it? With barely a foot into our domains, and the land has already bestowed its protection over her. It sends quite the message, don't you think?
Okay, I can see why Cheebs, the friend that was recommended this game, was told, hey, check out this game. And then I got curious and wanted to check out this game too.
I see no being worth protecting. Only the naive acts of a fool that does not know his place.
A low rumbling laugh escaped the lips of the scarlet-haired figure, which seemed to shake the entire mountain itself. A howl of the wind seems to crowd in the distance as with a snap of his fingers, the sculpture of the young woman's face disintegrates into the air and left in place only a small, glowing clover. Both figures turn their gaze on the horizon as they look out the vast expanse below them.
Worry not, for the winds. They will reveal all in due time.
Is he gonna try to hook us up with the guy of our choice? 'Cause that would be some extra interesting shenanigans.
Until then, come, let us watch. How the rest of this story shall unfold itself.
Meanwhile, a figure turns his gaze towards the horizon.
The earth, she trembles, just as she did all those years ago. What could this mean? A simple coincidence, or a sign of something yet to come?
You have reached the end of the public demo for Peachleaf Valley. For future updates and news over on the extended demo, follow us on social media. Thanks for playing the demo! And that's it. I sort of like it so far. Once again, that's gonna be a lot of fun, like picking which game and which route and which ending that you want to get. So yeah, thank you, Gretuski Studios. I keep wanting to call you Gretsuki, but nope, that's not how it's spelt. So, yeah. Thank you, guys. And I hope to see this come into fruition. I hope for full voice acting, possibly, but I could be mistaken. Either way, yeah. Maybe even a route with someone that's as cheery and nice as Earl. And also an old man like Earl. I don't know. I don't know what I'm smoking, but yeah. Goodbye.